Hello there, welcome back to my channel. My name's SKYMAN and your Star Wars quote for today. I was once a Jedi Knight, same as your father. And today we're reacting to episode 13 of Bad Batch Season 3. Now, if you're wondering where the previous reaction was, Juggernaut, that was episode 12. I did it, and coming into editing, it was literally me talking about a couple of things, and that was it. The Juggernaut scene was really cool, but the whole episode I feel like was so short and condensed. I don't know if it was just me enjoying it and it went really fast, but it just felt really short. And to sum that one up is that we're closing in, nearing the end of the finale, and it almost feels like it's the quiet before the storm, but something really needs to kick in and get into gear, because like the scene where we see Hemlock walking Omega down that bit, how many times are we going to see them walking through that hall, you know, or doing that blood sample thing? It needs to, you know, we've got questions, Wolf, Cody, Rex and all the clones, what's going on, like how are they going to get into the facility? There's like these big things that could be happening right now and really sort of getting us into it, and it could just be absolutely chaotic, but it's not really going down that route at the moment. It's really sort of holding back, shall we say, when I feel like it's got a lot of potential to really go absolutely berserk and just have the battle of all battles, but a bit like the Geonosis battle in Clone Wars where it was just absolute chaos. Something like that could be happening right now. So with that in mind, I'm really hoping that this episode really steps up, gets into gear, and gets that excitement going, because this is the finale. It's like 3 seasons have led us here. We need to feel that excitement and the intensity of it all, or what should be really intense at the moment with Omega being captured. So I really hope this one just sends us off in a good direction, and there's going to be lots of, so I really hope this episode kicks off and gets us going, and let Bad Batch do what Bad Batch doeth best, which is just fight people. And I think we need to see them go on a little rampage and yeah, heading towards Hemlock's facility. That'd be really, really good. One thing that I feel at the back of my mind in terms of surprises, are we going to have like reveals of people at the end and helping the clones? There's no reason why they shouldn't. I feel like Ahsoka will definitely be added in here, because she's always added into every season. But it's kind of fitting that she would help clones, or Rex at least, because the clones did help a lot of people and systems before they went all Order 66. This is a sort of time where it's really easy to speculate and then just go completely off track and then hype yourself up so much, and then that none of that comes into fruition. So you've got to be very careful how we handle this one. I'm hoping this is sort of going to be the episode which doesn't elongate certain things which we've seen already, but just kickstart us into something which is going to be like, oh my gosh, that sort of episode is what I'm looking for here, and I feel like would be very beneficial for the series at the moment. Let's watch. 25 minutes long. It doesn't need to be 25 minutes long, it needs to be about 40 minutes long. Into the Breach. Interesting title. Back into the hallway. Not Qui-Gon, me. Why do I sense this is going to be another slow episode? Not this Padme thing again. Hello there.
Eva.
You got my cuddly toy.
What's that? Only get worse.
No.
Why are you keeping me here?
You prefer we take you back to that Imperial...
I like that he's dressed up in the prison gear like they had a Jedi Knight, Jedi outcast Carl Katan's. Was it his dad? I can't remember. But they were all in the orange gear, and he does a prison breakout episode level. Padme, come on. I know, Padme, stop focusing on her, come on. Here we go.
You really think we can trust that Hydra snake?
I can hear you.
No, but he's our best chance at finding Omega.
I kind of like him on their side.
Once we reach the station, we can find a ship.
It's a captain's uniform. He's got a good rapport with everyone. Please, not the blood turning thing again.
It's time for your sample.
Yep.
Omega.
This should really be a drinking game at this point.
These are the tubes in the walls the droids used to.
Thank goodness no one's got microphones in
I need to get inside
there so they can find out what they're saying.
Droids can access those hatches.
I bet beg your pardon. I didn't just make it to Vice Admiral on looks alone.
Rampart is like the Farquaad of Imperials. This is what we want. I feel like this is the beginning of everything, which is going to turn into this huge, messy battle.
The Empire betrayed and imprisoned you. We broke you out. Remember that before you try and betray us.
I'm here, aren't I? Let's get this over with.
I really like Rampart.
Stay on the
Orders are classified. If you have an issue with that, Lieutenant, then contact Governor Tarkin.
Yes, sir.
Now carry on.
Yes. Sorry, sir.
I've missed this. Shall we?
Even just looking at the corridors, I think of that Star Wars Galactic Hotel thing. Why didn't they just make it Imperial? And have Imperials walking around the whole time? And Stormtroopers. Sure, it might be a bit grey and not so friendly, but it's part of the fun. You could choose what ship you want to go on.
Now wait just a minute. This is not the plan I agreed to.
Plans change. They'll monitor comms, so we'll have to go radio silent. Watch your back.
Well, this sounds like it's all going to go horribly wrong.
We're all going to die.
I do like Rampart's cynicism. That, section is what I've sort of been wanting a lot more of, that sense of humour, them in sticky situations. I really enjoy that with Bad Batch. It just reminds me of playing the games when, the Jedi Outcast games when I was younger and just sneaking around the Imperial stuff. They're just tense and everything. But having an ex-Imperial on their side gives it an edge, which is pretty cool. It was feeling pretty tense there, because I really thought that actually they were going to throw a curveball and that wouldn't work. Oh, God's sakes, man. I don't know why, but that episode felt so short again, just like last week's episode. The merging of both of those just to make one decent-sized episode, which would have been under an hour as well, would have been perfect. It would have been enough condensed in there to be called an fun, adventurous episode, starting off with the Juggernaut and then ending with them literally heading off to Hemlock's facility. That would have been far better, but now I feel like it's kind of been chopped up just to make an episode, and I thought I'm always a great advocate of having longer episodes and a shorter sort of run time overall spread across how many weeks, as opposed to having everything, just a small segment and then elongate the series. But I assume that's probably a strategy to make sure people remain on Disney Plus to keep their subscription going. So if you make the episode shorter and make the series longer, then people are obviously going to pay more. This episode felt like it really was heading in the right direction, and the intense scenes there with them trying to get on and head off to Hemlock's facility, that's very good. With Rampart on there as well, just being the naysayer all the time. A bit like what C-3PO was to Han Solo when they find themselves in a tricky situation and C-3PO is telling them the odds or something, or just saying this isn't going to work or what have you. I like that dynamic because it's literally just being very plain and honest about the situation, and that humour works really well with the Bad Batch. And there's something which I really like about Rampart. He's got a good sense of humour, and I think actually fits nicely into Bad Batch. A bit like how Agent Callus was with Zeb and how he integrated and became a rebel. Like that relationship dynamic, always not so much I'm not a massive fan of all the kid stuff in their nursery thing and seeing all that, but obviously I assume that they're going to do an Omega escape thing, and she has to find her way off there as well, which I would have preferred if Bad Batch literally comes in and then saves her, purely because it's a sort of dire situation to be where she is right now, rather than just saying, oh yeah, she can plan the escape, almost as if it's making Bad Batch irrelevant, you know. If it was more so, it was hopeless to where she is right now. That gives it greater meaning for when Bad Batch come in and save her. I mean, if I was to think about that, is that for the sake of the story, for the character, or is that for the sake of how shows have to be made these days, if you sort of know what I mean? To me, like, Omega is integral to Bad Batch, and she is part of Bad Batch, but I cannot deny I prefer and enjoy seeing Hunter, Wrecker, and Crosshairs more than I would seeing Omega plan to escape. I mean, I'm more interested in them going around and getting through the Imperial protocols and going through Coruscant with an ex-Imperial. I mean, that was pretty awesome. I really like that. The length of this, like I said, it just felt a little bit too small. It really could have been stretched out a little bit more. And then, yeah, I just don't want them to waste these precious last few episodes, which could be magnificent and really could just go off with a bang. That's what I'm really hoping for. My own personal desire for the show is to end with just something totally unexpected, something which is going to satisfy the previous seasons and give good meaning and reason to what we've sat through and watched thus far. Like, they've built it up, like the whole Hemlock thing, the science facility, the M count, etc., but it's all stagnated. Like, we know what's going on there, but we don't know. There's always, with these shows, so much potential just to do a sort of George Lucas thing, think creatively, add on these crazy ideas and make it sort of Star Warsy, and that's what this is really calling out for. This is, in my humble opinion, just basing on what we experience in Clone Wars, like just all the complete madness which is iconic, like the Zelo Beast episodes and things like that. It needs that sort of scale where it's just all out, you know, war at the, or an all out battle at the end, as opposed to a quick sneak out operation, send some guards, defeat the guards, things get tense, and then it's a standoff, and then Omega's out. I don't think it's going to go well for Bad Batch. I think there's going to be casualties which I don't really want to think about or comprehend. I'm really rooting for the idea that somehow Tech survived. I know that's stupid thinking, because then all sort of sacrifices aren't validated if you keep bringing them back at the end, but just for the sake of Bad Batch, just to have them all together with their theme kicked in, just taking on the Empire and saving as many clones as they can, it would really satisfy my watching experience of this series. Yeah, there's sort of interesting perspectives, and I'm eager to hear about what you think about what should happen in these last episodes which we've got left for Bad Batch, and what you think this grand finale thing is going to be, and if there is going to be casualties. I mean, is that definitely a thing? I mean, I think we all feel it in some way, shape or form. It's building up to that, but I really hope that it goes well for Bad Batch. But let me know all your theories below. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Until next week, take care of yourself, and remember, the Force will be with you.